In this installment, bad dogs bite babies, good dogs don't. Hi everybody, this is Chris from Canine Solutions Training Services. I wanted to talk to you today about children and dogs. Specifically, newborns and how you bring them home and introduce them to the dogs. And when your child, your newborn, is going to grow up, when it becomes a toddler and it starts to be mobile, what do you do then? What do you not do then? We'll take a look at both videos. The first video is my friend Alicia, who's a former trainer here, and she was pregnant and she was going to have the baby, and she had a few questions for me, and I just give her my advice. One of the biggest things that people say when you're coming home from the hospital with a newborn is to bring a blanket home, before the baby comes home, so the dog can get used to the smell. Okay, I know everybody says that, but I don't really think people understand how that works or why that would work, but I don't subscribe to that method, so I'm going to give you my opinion on why I don't think it makes any sense. If you have a cousin or a nephew or someone who's going to bring over their newborn, you don't say, hey, listen, we have dogs, could you please bring a blanket that smells like the baby, so about 10 days before you come over, so we can get our dogs used to the smell. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If you said, we have dogs at home and we don't want the UPS guy to get bitten, you don't call UPS up and say, hey, could you get the delivery guy to send us a pair of his dirty underwear so that we can get the dogs used to his smell? And you don't do that. The smell is just what the dog associates with the blanket. If there's no baby there to associate the smell, then it's not going to do any good. So I don't subscribe to that. I just don't see the point in it. What I recommend is what you'll see when I talk to Alicia about her bringing her baby home. And at the end, you'll see that it worked out really well. She sent me a picture of the baby and the dogs. So we'll look at that. The second part of the video is a little bit more disturbing. The video was sent to me from one of my trainers. It's obviously from Europe, I guess, because they're speaking, I'm guessing again, a European language. And a mom is videotaping her toddler with the family dog. Now, the family dog does not want any part of this kid and sends the signals that it doesn't. My passion is understanding interspecies communication between the dog and the human. I think so many people don't realize that dogs communicate back. Not, like, no, but they will send you body signals that tell you what they're thinking. So in this video, those are missed. The mother misses them, the dog is sending them, and the child pays the price. If you're sensitive to that stuff, don't watch it. It can be hard to watch. It's very quick and it's over very quickly. But don't watch it if it upsets you. And I'm not trying to gross anybody. I just want to make a point to try to save some kids and some dogs here. That will be the second part. For now, enjoy my conversation with the new mother, Alicia, and watch for the second half of the video. I'll come back and I'll talk to you about what's going to happen, and then I'll recap it after it's done. Thanks for watching.
I am a little nervous. I don't know what to do when I want to bring the baby home with the two dogs for the first time. What should I do?
Step back. Bang! First of all, don't be so promiscuous. That would solve all your problems right there. Okay, so here's the deal. When people always have these theories about babies coming home, my thing is that when people don't have a baby, they have baby. What are you, sneezing tough? They have baby dogs.
Yeah.
So when they see their dog and they come home, they go, oh, hi, baby. Right. And the dog is like, I love you, and it jumps up and it gets all the attention. Because who's your baby? The dogs. Who do you make baby noises to? Not your husband. I know your husband. No. You're not making baby noises to him. Then who are the only living things in your house that you make baby noises to? The dogs. So the dogs think that baby noise means you want me to jump up on you, right, and get a lot of affection. Right.
So now people come home and there's a lot of people in the house and the dogs are kind of pushed aside.
Yeah.
And then Nana or somebody picks up the baby and goes, "Oh, hi, baby." And the dog jumps up and they're like, "The dog's aggressive, kill it." You know, that's what they do.
Right.
And all it means is that the dog is doing what it did before you had the baby.
Yeah.
But now everybody freaks out and the dog's like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And in your mind, it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, is that we should have brought a blanket home, that suddenly this little life becomes more valuable than anything. So you start having what I call parent puppet shows.
Yeah.
Parent puppet shows are, "Oh my God, is he breathing?" Right. That's the 15th time you've checked him tonight, honey. "He's crying, what does he want?" If he's crying, he's alive. Okay? All right, good. I remember a time when we moved into a new house and there was a hill on Maple Street. Mm-hmm. And my kids were always playing and they wanted to skateboard down the hill. Well, the cars on the other side come over so fast and they can't see what's on the other side and the kids don't know. So I used to have the parent puppet show of Mike. I'd be like, "You kids, get away from that hill! Get away!" They don't know what I'm freaking out about,
right.
You know? And really, nothing ever happened.
Right.
But that's what happens with dogs, is people don't understand dogs, so they think, "A dingo ate me, baby. A dingo, get it off." You do everything the same way you did before, but you use your obedience around the baby, and the dogs will get used to that. Mm-hmm. And then the dog will start to understand, when I'm around this little creature, I am always asked to be in control, which is good. And then as the child grows, it's your responsibility to make sure that the child does not molest, vex, or poke or irritate the dog. And then if the dogs have no rules and they make the rules, you've had adults who are fine, they never have a problem with the dogs, but now you've got this little human larva that can now crawl, and it gets by the couch and it starts to stand up, and then it tries to go fall, it grabs the dog's ear and the dog gives it a quick snap. That's not the dog hating the baby. That's the dog telling the puppy, "You don't do that."
Right.
If you're not going to keep your pack order straight and have your rules straight with the dogs, then the baby's going to get in trouble.
Right.
So the most important thing you can do for a baby coming home is don't baby talk your dogs when you come in the door, and don't give them affection for nothing and just go crazy. Second of all, have your rules, not screaming and yelling, but obedience. You correct them for breaking the obedience, not jumping on the baby. Right? And then third, mind your baby. Teach your baby, because people believe wholeheartedly, "My dogs are so good." Have you ever had a baby in the house with the dog? Then you don't know.
Right.
So what you do is you use your control, common sense, and control your kid. CCC.
Got it.
Got it?
Got it.
You saw what happened with Alicia and her baby, and they did a great job. She's a trainer. She has control. The dogs know what to do when the baby's around, and when the baby becomes a toddler, we'll probably make another video showing you what to do there. Which brings up the second half of this video. One of my students sent me this video through email, and I'm assuming it's on YouTube somewhere, where a dog bites a toddler. And it's pretty hard to watch, because, especially for me, I'm very passionate about letting people know what their dogs are thinking and teaching them how to communicate with their dogs. It's really hard to watch because this didn't need to happen. The child is just being a kid, just doing what a little toddler would do, just crawling around and exploring. The mother is videoing. She is absolutely clueless to the signs that the dog is sending. For those signs you watch, there's avoidance behavior. The dog's head tightens and goes to the side. The dog actually tries to gently move away from the baby. And then the baby really kind of reaches out and grabs, and then the dog strikes. It's not to hurt the baby, although the baby did get hurt. It is to tell the baby, "Cut it out. I don't want you to touch me." If you don't have them properly trained, and they don't understand that you're in charge, and they don't understand how to obey their obedience, you're going to have a problem with a toddler walking around the house. Or at least the chances of you having a problem with a toddler walking around the house or crawling around the house go up exponentially. So watch the video, see if you can pick up the signs, and I'll be back to talk to you about it right after it's done. Very quick, and again, If you're squeamish at all, don't watch it.
אריאל, מה אתה עושה לרולי? לא להרביץ לו. ותיזהר אתה לא להתהפך לשולחן. זה הזנב שלו.
So, there it is. It's a sad thing. Inevitably, this dog was put to sleep because the family didn't trust him. What another part of the sadness was that the child was bitten. Neither one of these things had to happen. And if you are using common sense and you have some knowledge that a dog communicates differently than a human being, and you're not super romantic about it, and just hoping or oblivious to the fact that you think your dog is wonderful with everybody. Every dog has its limits. The dog really tried hard not to send a message to the child, but then it happened and everybody lost. Everybody lost. The mom lost, the dog lost, the baby lost. It doesn't have to be like this. There should be rules of engagement between toddlers and dogs. There should be supervision at all times. You may know your dog, but do you know the signs that your dog is sending when it's freaked out by a baby, annoyed by a baby, dominant to a baby? Those are the things that you need to know, and those are the things that places like Canine Solutions Training Services can teach you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know that the first part was better. I hope you learned something from the second half of the video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Canine Solutions Training Services on Facebook. Give our YouTube channel a like and a subscribe. Subscribe to it. That's how we get the word out. Look up Chris Fraize on YouTube, and it should come right up. And visit our website at caninests.com. Thanks for watching.